It is nation versus state. Isang laban para sa bayan to kick off our quarterfinals here at the Villa Vicencio Court at the Enrique M. Razon Sports Center here in the LSU, where we bring to you your first game of our quarterfinals quadruple header with the UP Fighting Maroons and the NU Bulldogs in this do or die showdown. Now, it's an exciting Saturday for all you Hoops fans as we got a ton of action. After this game, we've got UST going up against Ateneo, San Beda versus Letran in that famed rivalry, and FEU versus DLSU as our main event header here at their home court. Now, my name is Joshua D, and we are so glad to have you with us wherever you may be watching the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour, where we make our stop here in Taft, here in the Enrique M. Razon Sports Center. Now, before we head into the action, let's take a look first at our tournament bracket for us to get a better sense of where we are. Now, we got to determine our top 16, where the winners have advanced to our quarterfinals. UP advanced by beating Adamson, and NU won against Arellano. And since this is a knockout game, where the winner will face off against the winner of San Beda and Letran in our semi-finals. So once again, this is a knockout game. There is no tomorrow for the loser. So both teams have to come out with a sense of urgency. Now on the UP's, now let's talk first about the UP side of things. For UP, it was a very impressive showing against a UAAP rival in Adamson, where they definitely dominated the field. In terms of field goal percentage, their field goal was way higher, 52% compared to 30%. And you can credit that to the stellar defense of the Fighting Maroons. Once again, they also won the rebounding battle in that regard, and they showed some great ball movement, all indicative of the system of Coach Goldwyn Monteverde, as long with 8 blocks, just showing their strength, not just with their guards, but even with the bigs down low. Now for UP, again, we can't talk about this team without talking about one of our pres, VJ Pre, to be exact. In his last game, he had 27 massive points, only missing a single shot. That's right, he only missed one shot, 12 of 13, 100% from the three-point line, 100% from the free throw line, along with 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks. So look out for the Predator, as we'd like to call him, as he looks to lead UP straight to the semifinals here in our NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. Now on the other side of things, NU got things done as well, routing Arellano in a great game for the Bulldogs. Now the Bulldogs definitely out-rebounded Arellano overall, 50-36, and they shared the ball as well. You know, that system of Coach Jeff Napa paying dividend here, as they were able to show that defensive integrity, that Bulldog fight, as they booked their ticket here in the quarterfinals. Now looking to lead the Bulldogs is none other than their senior, PJ Palacielo, who was spectacular in that game. He had his big break in the NSAC with 18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 of 10, 70% from the field, as well as 3 of 4 from the free throw line. You know, PJ, we know him as one of the most skilled big men in terms of playing down below in the block. So it will be a great matchup to look out for as he goes up against the bigs of UP. Now, without further ado, let's get things started as we turn things over to our Coliseum announcer for our starting lineups.
And at center number 30, Mo Diasana. Head coach for the Bulldogs is Jeff Napa. Our officials for this game: Crew Chief Felix Manuel, umpire 1, Nino Cortez, and umpire 2, Shohana.
Now, as we heard earlier, our starting five. First for NU, we've got Francisco, Cartel, Humamoy, Diasana, and Kenshin Padrones for NU. While for UP, it's going to be we've got Coronel, Remogat, Baila Pre, and Raf Miles. Our action getting started early. It's NU with a crack at it here. Here's Humamoy. Reinhard definitely having to step up in the absence of their graduates. We got Jake Figueroa, of course, Jolo Manansala, and Steve Nash Enriquez as Francisco misfires. Humamoy is there, and Reinhard will score. Now, Reinhard Humamoy, that's someone who has definitely stepped up alongside of Tebol Garcia as the main guards here for NU. But they will have a tough matchup against Ray Remogat. Here's Noy. Remogat, hook shot. No good. Diasana is there. And NU. Humamoy for three. Diasana couldn't handle it. Ball will go to UP. Here's Baila all the way. That's an and one for Jacob Baila. You like what you're seeing so far from UP. They're coming out in transition and running the break. And Jacob Baila being rewarded there with a tough finish and an extra free throw for his troubles. As Jacob completes the end one. And 3-2 is your score. We've still got 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Very early here in our first quarter. Diasana working with Humamoy. They swing it. Cartel in and out. Chad Cartel, one of the NUNS Bullpups who were called up, getting the start here for Coach Jeff Napa. VJ Pre, hook shot, in and out. Looking to carry over from his hot streak in their last outing. Francisco is fouled. You see Jacob Baila shaking his head. He knows that he bit for that fake. Take a look first at the end one finish by Jacob Baila. On the other end, Paul Francisco getting the better of him this time. But that will be sideline inbound for NU. Francisco gets it back. Francisco steps back. Mid-range J is good. And that is an encouraging sign for NU so far. 50% from the field. Baila loses it. NU scrambling for it. They're able to gain possession. Here comes Francisco. Paul Francisco all the way will score against Deontay Miles. And NU so far a great start offensively. 6-3 is your score. They are up by 3. That's a steal by Diasana. They get it back to Cartel. Humamoy looking to make something work. Humamoy swings it to Cartel. Chad to the corner. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Francisco one-on-one with Baila once again is stripped. Ball will stay with NU with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Cartel fadeaway, Jay. That's too strong. Miles will collect it. Here comes Remogat. Noy all the way, but that will be off his foot and will go to NU. I was able to speak to head coach Jeff Napa earlier on your screens, and he told me that though this is going to be a process for his team, losing 3 big names, Steve Nash Enriquez, Jake Figueroa, and Jolo Manansala, he knows that slowly but surely it's all about these new guys getting used to their roles, getting used to the system, and that's what we're seeing in tournaments like the NSAC. As Humamoy uses the pick. Padrones corner 3. It's in and out. They get it to Pre. VJ against Padrones. Fadeaway is good. For any regular player, that is a tough fadeaway, but for VJ Pre, that's just another day here in the NSAC. Here's Reinhard. Goes for a triple. That's nothing but net for Reinhard Humamoy. And the NU offense is flowing here so far in Taft. Suramogat, they get it to Miles underneath. Miles hounded by Diasana. That's going to be a foul on Bo.
And foul number 30, Diasana is first. 2-1 Bulldogs substitution. James Payasing comes in for Eagles.
As we see our first look here at James Payosing. Looking to make a name for himself. He had a couple of great games, notably the Battle of Katipunan here in the NSAC. He's looking to earn some quality minutes for UP as Miles makes the first. Miles makes the second, 2 of 2 from the line, and the UP community in attendance here, supporting their boys. And this is a knockout match, so this could be our last look at one of these teams here in the NSAC. Humamoy, nice spin there. No look pass is intercepted. Ball will stay with NU with 8 seconds remaining.
8 seconds to shoot.
So far, Reinhard Humamoy has been the main man getting things working here. Get it to Cartel. Francisco, 5 seconds on the shot clock. He'll have to fire. Kick it out. Humamoy, bailout three. No good. They get it to Cartel. That's a nice tip and a great effort by the bigs of NU. Here's Humamoy back to Diasana, who is denied by Miles. And here comes UP. Remo got a beautiful feed to Jacob Baila. And we are now tied up. Here on the other end, Cartel. Here's Humamoy. Reinhard steps back. That's just a bit too strong, and UP with a chance to take the lead. VJ Pere all the way will miss. NU on the counter-attack. Cartel. Nice sidestep there, and will score his first points of this ball game. You gotta love the fearlessness from the rookie.
Substitution. Poyos for Northern Mogat.
As Mogat will check out after that turnover. RV Poyas will check in. RV Poyas has had a very interesting story here in our NSAC basketball tournament. From coming in to barely playing and then showing up in the big game, especially in the match against Ateneo, where he provided some real quality minutes, and since then has proven to be a worthy backup to Noy Remogat. So let's see how much of an impact Poyos will have in this game. This is Tebol Garcia. That's stripped by Palanca. Stripped back by Humamoy. Reinhard stops, kicks it. That's PJ Palaciello with his first points off the baseline jumper. NU is now up 11-9. Still got 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Here's Poyos. They get it to Miles underneath against Padrones, who will be fouled. That will be a hacking foul. And this is the matchup that we talked about in our pregame. We want to see the bigs of both of these teams match up. We've got some very skilled big men from NU, Kenshin Padrones, PJ Palaciello. Of course, for UP, Raph Miles, as he doesn't get the bounce. Miles 0 of 2 from the line. And you now with a 4-point lead. and a chance to increase that even further. They get it to Palacielo in the post against Choi Palanca. Watch the big man go to work as he kicks it out. Tebol kicks it. Palacielo spins, fade away. What a tough move there by PJ Palacielo, just short on that one. Palanca. That's a bit short. So Mamoy will be fouled by Miles. That is just the veteran moves by Reinhard Humamoy, trying to slow down the big man and drawing that foul. So we take a look here, Reinhard Humamoy. That is a veteran move from one of the smartest players in the UAAP. Laconsay on the inbound. Gets it to Francisco. They've got 14 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Tebol. That's rebounded by Sean Alter. They get it. Beriones. Chico kicks it back to Palanca. 15 to work with on the shot clock. Palanca carving out some space. Just couldn't get the finish, but he will get 2 free throws for his troubles. Choi Palanca, another graduate from that NUNS Bullpups program, going up against his kuyas. You know Choi has something to prove here today. Palanca misses the first. Palanca splits from the line. UP is still down by 3. Here's Garcia. Looking for some options here. Tebol Garcia steps back, fakes. 10 seconds to work with. Palacielo fades away. That's short. And NU regains possession. Palacielo will be fouled. That will be on a Fighting Maroon. So they will get possession back with a fresh 14 to work with. Francisco fires for 3. That's off. Possession will go to UP.
Substitution with Miranda comes in for Boston Cisco.
Here's Poyos, kicks it out, but that will be an offensive foul. And UP Fighting Maroon.
Offensive foul number 33. Sean Alter has his first 4 on the Fighting Maroons.
You see UP having a tough time so far stopping NU and getting some baskets. We'll have to tighten them up defensively. As Palacielo against Alter. Gets it off the glass and good. Now we are starting to see PJ Palacielo coming off the bench for a big boost for NU. They're now up by 5. 2 minutes to go in our first quarter. Here's Poyos. Poyos uses the pick. That will be a foul. It's going to be on Dwayne Miranda.
Holding foul on number 2, Dwayne Miranda, penalty. That's his first foul.
That's going to be the first foul on Dwayne Miranda as we take a look at that beautiful fadeaway by PJ Palacielo off the glass. If you are a fan of big man hoops, you have got to love the game that this young man has been showing. Poyos brings UP to within 4. Miranda. They're looking for Palacielo. PJ with all the time in the world. What a move by PJ. Just couldn't get the finish. That pass intercepted. Active hands here by NU.
18 seconds on the shot clock.
A UP with 18 seconds to work with. Poyos. Back to Palanca. Gets the handoff. And that pass was a bit out of place for RV Poyos. Now NU with a chance to extend this lead even further in our first quarter. Got a minute and 20 seconds remaining in this first. Miranda attacks, kicks it to the corner, they swing, Laconsay for 3, in and out. And the battle for the boards is won by Choi Palanca. And UP trying to run. Briones, corner 3, that's off. This time NU is able to gain possession. Here come the Bulldogs. It's another interception, and our action is back and forth. But things will calm down as ball possession goes to UP.
Substitution. John Figueroa comes in for Ensenado.
As John Curl Figueroa, another member of that NUNS Bullpups program, coming in, as well as Russell Ogana.
20 seconds on the shot clock.
20 seconds to work with. Still a lot of time if you're UP. There is some time for a quality 2-for-1 here if UP chooses to go for it. So we see another substitution here. RV Poyos will sub out for Elliot de Macolangan. Payo saying they get it to De Macolangan. He has the mismatch. De Macolangan will be called for the lifting violation. Got a bit too excited once he saw the mismatch. And great job by our officials spotting that one. It's NU now with possession. It's a 15-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Palacielo underneath is fouled. That could be another on Sean Alter. That's 2 early fouls for Sean Alter. And that is what BJ Palacielo does best. Create havoc underneath. So we see Francis Noruca, the high-flying FSA from the Fighting Maroons, come in. As PJ makes the first. And PJ Palacielo in season 88 was a 69% free throw shooter. As Palacielo makes them both. Sweet looking stroke there from PJ Palacielo. De Macolangan. That's stolen by Garcia, and Tebol Garcia will go all the way. We've known that from Tebol ever since he was in the UAAP Juniors division. He is a pesky defender. Don't let his size fool you. So Ogana, 5 seconds remaining. Ogana spins, finds Noruca, who will be fouled. Francis Noruca will go to the line for 2 free throws. So we take a look at that strip by Tebol Garcia for the easy lay-in. Just picking his pockets here. Francis Noruca with a chance for 2 free throws. He makes the first. And we only have a tenth of a second remaining. So this could be the last point of this quarter as Noruka makes both. And that will be the end of our first. 19-13 is your score. NU is up ahead by 6 points, and we will be back for our second quarter.
And 13 for the UP Maroons.
Take a look at some of our highlights from the first quarter. Reinhard Humamoy leading the charge for NU. But on the other hand, the steady attack of UP is what is keeping them in this game. We saw Jacob Baila with 4 points early to start. And PJ Palacelo doing what he does best, working in the low post. Double Garcia creating some havoc with that steal. And that is why they are currently up by 6. 19-13 is your score currently before we start our second quarter. So we welcome you once again to the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour 2026, where this is our knockout quarterfinals match. And we got 3 more games for you after this, all knockout matches between some of the best of Philippine basketball. So please stay tuned for that one. But for now, we go back to our game at hand, NU versus UP. Palacelo, a beautiful hook shot against 2 defenders. And that is why they say to these young guys, you gotta learn the fundamentals, the soft touch from underneath. PJ Palacelo, Tim Duncan-esque. That is tipped out of bounds by Dennis Laconsay. So Mamoy will come back into this ball game. And UP still has 10 seconds to work with. Still a lot of time for the Fighting Maroons to make a quality play here. Here's the Makulangan. Elliott all the way is stripped by Palacelo. And they still got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Now UP struggling a bit with their offense when they are not able to run that fast break. Looking for some answers here. Chico Briones, corner. He will be fouled. And that will be a foul on Dennis Laconsay. It's Coach Goldwyn Monteverde coaching one of his young guys here. Now looking to get some offense started. Briones makes the first. Now that's the thing when you lose top tier scorers like Harold Alarcon, Jerry Abadiano, Terence Fortea. Sometimes, especially in this transition, you are going to have moments where you struggle to score. That is why it's very important to stay aggressive, as I'm sure Coach Golden Monteverde never fails to remind them. But for now, on the NU side, PJ Palacelo looking to get to work as Humamoy, top of the key 3, no good. He gets the offensive rebound. Palasielo against Noruka. Loses it there. Maybe Francis Noruka is the answer for PJ so far. Briones, that is short on the triple. But it's going to be a foul on a Fighting Maroon. You like to see the little tap on the head by Francis Noruka. A love tap, if you'd like to call it that. At the end of the day, these guys are friends, and it's all about camaraderie. Now, Noira Mogat and VJ Pre will check back in to this ball game, hopefully to ignite a spark for UP. But despite having a tough time offensively, they are only down by 7 points, and it's just the second quarter. Humamoy looking for Palasielo. PJ against Noruka. Palasielo on the hook. Will be fouled. PJ Palasielo, just a ton of moves there, leaving even Francis Noruka speechless. Now, for all of you young basketball players watching NU basketball, you have to love what you're seeing from the footwork of PJ Palasielo. That is why the fundamentals are so important. So you see Palasielo will miss the second. The NU currently still up 22-14. That's now an 8-point lead for them. As Ogana will get it back to Remogat. Illinois still silent in this game. Remogat back to Pre. VJ. Pass is denied. Ball will go the other way. Great interception and great timing there by NU. Closing all of the passing lanes. They are playing this defensively to a T. As Kenshin Padrones will check in, as well as Chad Cartel. You can see NU shuffling their guys. And this is a matchup between two Final Four contenders. Biasana back to Humamoy. Humamoy, nice head and shoulder fake. Back to Cartel for three. And that's off. Biasana is there. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Humamoy stops, fades away. But that will be called for a travel. It took a few too many steps. UP looking to make something work here. A couple of scoreless possessions. As Pre hands it off. Ogana the floater. That will be a foul on a Bulldog. That will be on Paul Francisco. Reaching from the back. Sometimes when the shots aren't falling, be aggressive, go to the line. That's what coaches always say. Francisco definitely not agreeing with the call. But regardless, that's going to be 2 shots here for Russell Ogana. His first attempt is short. And Coach Goldwyn Monteverde looking to his bench for who will provide that spark offensively. VJ gets the offensive board and ball will stay with the UP Fighting Maroons. And you have to appreciate the effort from VJ Pre. Remogat gets it to Noruka underneath, is denied, but that will be a foul. More free throws for the UP Fighting Maroons. Take a look. Nice feed there underneath, and Francis Noruka drawing that foul from Diasana. Noruka misses his first. Noruka makes the second. Now just a 7-point lead for NU. As Humamoy goes all the way, but that will be a foul. Modi Asana clinching to his head. Didn't see what happened here, but the Asana looks shaken up. Hopefully everything is okay. He's holding on to his face. Might have been an inadvertent attack. Our officials will review this just to make sure that there was no ill intent, as NU was asking for an unsportsmanlike foul. But while we wait for the verdict, something to take note of, UP is only shooting 27% from the field here in this game. A tough time scoring for them so far. And the winner of this will advance to the semifinals, where they will face the winner of San Beda versus Letran, our rivalry matchup later at 2 p.m. So you can hear the UP faithful in attendance trying to cheer their boys on. And wherever the UP Fighting Maroons play, you know that their fans are there cheering them on. Seems like our officials have reached a verdict. And they have the best point of view when it comes to stuff just like this. They have all the angles available. So we take a look. Noruka. We saw him reach his hand backwards. But that will just be a regular foul. No ill intent, as our officials will say. Now NU with 16 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Francisco back to Humamoy. Reinhard will use that pick. Reinhard kicks it to the corner for Francisco, who will bury the triple. That is a great design play for the open corner triple. Paul Francisco, a deadly three-point shooter there. Franco, they swing it. VJ Pre drives in the lane. Tough shot is good for VJ. Now still an 8-point lead for NU. Here's Cartel. Back to Francisco. Get it back to Padrones in the post, attacking VJ Pre. Kenshin, fade away, is denied. Noruka tracks things down. Ramogat. Back to Ogana for three. Gets it. Now it's just a 5-point game. A quick momentum swing for the Fighting Maroons. And you looking to answer back. To get it to Cartel. Chad, fake. In and out. Here comes UP. Ramogat. Bit of a miscommunication there on who was going to be the screener. Here comes Ray Ramogat. Spots up for three. That's off to the right. And NU with the counter attack. Humamoy kicks it out. Cartel. Back to Francisco. Paul Francisco will choose to fire a three. Still no go. NU with 10 seconds still to work with. That is going to be a foul on Russell Ogana. But for now, we will have a timeout from NU, so we'll be right back after this. As we take a look, first VJ Pre with the tough basket over the outstretched arms of Kenshin Padrones. And on the other end, Russell Ogana making that a 5-0 swing for the Fighting Maroons, cutting that 10-point lead to 5, which forced Coach Jeff Napa to call timeout just to make sure that everyone was aligned on the Bulldog side of things. And we still have 5 minutes and 19 seconds in the second quarter. Humamoy back to Garcia. He picks up his dribble there. Humamoy, 7 seconds to work with. Humamoy for 3. Gets the triple. Reinhard Humamoy, a steady presence for NU in this ball game. Really just commanding the fort for them. Spre hands it off. Baila, fade away Jay. Overcooks it. Here's Tebol Garcia, loses his defender and scores. What a move, Tebol Garcia. Looking like a magician with that vanishing act. As the UP will be forced to call timeout. So we take a look first at the three-pointer from Reinhard Humamoy. Nothing but net for the junior. And Tebol Garcia with the vanishing act. First you see me, now you don't. As the NU is now up by 10 once again, answering with a 5-0 run of their own. And that is what you have come to expect from two of the best programs in collegiate sports here in the Philippines. UP so looking to cut things down before the end of the half. Miles back to Remogat. Ball movement swinging to Ogana to the corner. Miles is there, he tracks it down. That will be a foul on the floor on NU.
Foul on the center, goal Francisco, that's his third for the Bulldogs.
Here's Remogat. Back to VJ Pre. Pre fades away. That's short. And NU will gain possession. Here's Francisco. Back to Palacielo. PJ against VJ. Steps back for the mid-range J. PJ Palacielo now in double digits, 11 points for him. VJ Pre looking to answer back. Two-man game with Jacob Baila. Kicks it to the corner, but that's intercepted by Francisco. Francisco back to Garcia. Tebol, high looping arc. Tebol tried to avoid Raph Miles. A massive center from UP making an impact. Miles loses it. UP a bit too frantic with that ball possession. Here's Diasana. Back to Tebol. Tebol Garcia loses his defender again for the reverse. Now NU is up by 14. A great response here by the Bulldogs. 9-0 run. Now Noira Mogat looking to make something happen. Loses his defender. Still can't get his first basket of this ball game. Garcia. That's tapped out by Pre. Ball possession will stay with them. So So we're seeing some substitutions from both sides. 19 seconds for NU to work with. Reinhard. Garcia is hammered. Laconsay left open for three. That's off. UP is off and running. Here's Baila against Palacielo. They kick it to the corner. Back to Remogat for three. Still no go for Ray. Udodo is there. And that is saved off of Udodo. Again, just a high IQ play by the guard from Hokson, Reinhard Homamoy. NU with possession here as we approach 2 minutes remaining in our first half. Mamoy back to Palacielo, free throw line jumper. That is going to be a pushing foul on Dennis Laconsay. Too aggressive on the rebounding battle there. See Dwayne Miranda. And Joshua Coronel will go to the line for 2 free throws. He misses the first. So Josh makes the second. Miranda running some point guard duties here, looking for Palacielo. Laconsay saves it, back to Homamoy, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Reinhard is bothered there. That will be a foul on Jacob Baila.
Holding foul on number 8, Jacob Baila, second penalty.
And that will be a penalty situation. So Reinhard Homamoy with a chance to extend the lead. As Reinhard makes the first. He is up to 9 points and could be the second player here in double digits. Reinhard 2 of 2 from the line. That will be a timeout from the UP Fighting Maroons. Coach Gould has seen enough, and we'll be right back after this timeout. It is now still a 15-point game. NU with a fiery first half, up 36-21 with a minute and 48 seconds remaining in this first half. UP with possession and the press being applied here by the Bulldogs. Ramogat is against Miranda. Still scoreless in this game, Noy Ramogat. Baila against Laconsay, gets the spin. Maybe that is the spark that they need. Palacielo tries a triple. Off the glass, in and out. But that is a steal by Humamoy. That will be 2 free throws. Again, this is why the guards of NU are so deadly. All of them so scrappy. Jacob Baila thought it was going to be an easy inbound opportunity, but that was stripped by Reinhard. Careless turnover such as that is something that the UP Fighting Maroons can't afford, especially as they are down in this game. But first, the beautiful spin move here by Jacob Baila. And on the other end, the strip by Reinhard Humamoy. That is the second time in this ball game that a UP guard was stripped off the inbound. I'm sure that is going to be something that Coach Goldwyn Monteverde and the rest of the UP coaching staff is going to take note of, especially heading into that halftime break. As Humamoy makes them both back to a 15-point lead. Ramogat. This is Migs Iniguez stepping back. Nothing but net. Migs Iniguez, a beautiful fadeaway there. Humamoy back to Palacielo. Palacielo underneath. Will be fouled. That will be a foul on VJ Pre. And that is what BJ Palacielo has been doing all game long so far in this half. 11 points already for him. And no matter what defender is on him, he has been making magic in this paint. Palacielo makes the first. Palacielo 2 of 2 from the line. Still a 15-point lead for the Bulldogs. 45 seconds remain in this first half. Ramogat uses the pick from Udodo. They kick it to the corner for VJ Pre. That's strong. Iniguez is denied by Laconsay. Here comes Miranda, who is fouled. That is a hard foul from Noy Ramogat. And hopefully, Dwayne Miranda is all right. Take a look at the block, the perfect timing by Dennis Laconsay, and the hard foul given up by Noy Ramogat. Miranda with a chance to extend this 15-point lead. Miranda makes the first. Two of 2 from the line for Miranda. 17-point lead for NU. There's a 7-second difference between shot clock and game clock, with 16 seconds remaining on the shot clock of UP. Coronel looking for Pre. They get it back to VJ. 7 seconds. VJ drops it off underneath. Dodo denied, but that will be a foul on PJ Palacielo. And that is a miss for the first free throw of Dikachi Ododo. We still got about 9.9 seconds remaining in this first half. As that free throw misses, possession is saved by Dikachi, and he will be fouled and will get the end one. Oh, Dikachi Ododo making things happen here. So take a look at him just out-rebounding Dennis Laconsay and powering up for that end one finish. He will miss, and that's another offensive rebound here. 3 seconds remaining. Poyos will fire and will miss. And that will be the end of our first half. Again, your score 27-42 as the NU Bulldogs are up ahead by 15 as we close out this first half. We'll be right back for a whole half of NSAC basketball. Welcome back here at the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. We're in the first half of our first game of our quarterfinals. NU has come out ahead. They're up by 15, 42 to 27 as we take a look at some of our highlights from the first half. VJ Pre doing VJ Pre things, trying to keep the Fighting Maroons alive. But on the other end, for NU, it has been a team effort. Tebel Garcia, Reinhard Homamoy, PJ Palacielo, and all of the Bulldogs trying to extend their stay here in the NSAC. As again, this is a knockout quarterfinals affair. As we take a look at some of our stats in terms of field goal, 8 of 25 for the Fighting Maroons, 32%, while for NU, 37.8%, 14 of 37. So that is why NU is up in that regard. They also got 6 steals compared to 2 of the UP Fighting Maroons, and they have dominated in terms of turnovers and points in the paint. 13 turnovers for the Fighting Maroons. They really have to clean up in that regard if they want to storm back and make this comeback. But notably, not in the stat sheet, 21 bench points for NU compared to 12 from UP. And in terms of points off of those turnovers, 14 to just 1 for UP. So that is really where NU is capitalizing, thus the 15-point lead so far. Now for our leading scorers for UP, we got Jacob Baila with 7, VJ Pre with 4, and Francis Noruca with 3. While for NU, 2 players already in double digits, PJ Palacielo, Reinhard Homamoy, and Paul Francisco with 7, not too far behind them. Notably there as well, Tebel Garcia, 6 points as well for him. So again, just a team effort from this NU Bulldogs. Now, both of these teams in a very similar position, losing some very strong graduates. Versus UP moving on from their Maroon 5, as they'd like to call them, Harold Alarcon, Jerry Abendano, Terence Fortea, and the like. While for NU, they're moving on from Steve Nash, Enriquez, Jake Figueroa, Cholo Manansala. So both of these teams trying to see where the offense is going to come from as their players get accustomed to more playing time, more minutes, and a bigger role as well. And that is why tournaments like the NSAC are must-watch competitions to see the growth, especially if you are a fan of these collegiate teams. Our third quarter is on the way. UP will begin with possession. Gani Stevens, notably, is seeing his first playing time of this ball game. So another big man coming in for Coach Gold, as Iniguez, he hesitated for a second from that corner triple. 6 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Pre against Padrones, steps back. That's short. And Homamoy tracks that one down. It's interesting to see the adjustments from both of these great coaches coming out of the half. Reinhard against Iniguez, steps back for 3. That's short. Francisco is there. Unfortunately, that was out of bounds, so ball will go to UP. Ramogat still scoreless in this game. Looks for the triple. That's too strong this time. Just one of those days for Ray Ramogat, as Francisco all the way bending. Diasana is there for the board. Humamoy kicks it to the corner. Cartel for 3. Nothing but net. Chad Cartel. And that is what he does. One of the top 3-point shooters in the under-19 division, showing that 3-point pedigree. Here's James Payosing. James making something work. Just overcooks the lay-in.
Possession arrow points to the LA Bulldogs.
The possession will go to NU after that jump ball situation. And if you're Coach Gold, you like to see your guys still aggressive, even though it doesn't necessarily equate to a possession. Here comes Humamoy. Back to Cartel. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Francisco will have to take it. Fade away. Paul Francisco is good. Paul Francisco has a knack for that spin fadeaway. Here's Pre against Padrones. Pre with the change of pace will be fouled and will shoot 2 free throws.
Foul number 77, Padrones.
We take a look. Reinhard Humamoy finding Chad Cartel, and when you lead him open, he will make you pay. And on the other hand, Paul Francisco, I think we can say that is a patented move already. He's hit that several times, and that is his go-to move. Going to the line, this will be VJ Pre. And you now up by 19. Here's Humamoy. Reinhard, 12 seconds to work with, kicks it to Francisco. Mid-range J, Paul Francisco, that's good. Paul Francisco making a living from those mid-range jumpers. Ramogat, 2-man game with Stevens. Rain Ramogat all the way, finally gets his first basket of this ball game. Ramogat and Stevens, you know, the familiarity between the two. It's Padrones working against Pre. Kenshin carving out. Just too strong on the hook shot. Here comes UP. Payosing all the way. In and out. Things just not going the way of the Fighting Maroons. Humamoy to Diasana underneath is intercepted. UP regains possession. Noy Ramogat, 15 seconds, spots up for 3. In and out for Noy. That is going to be an offensive foul on Kenshin Padrones. We saw several players hit the floor there. Just to recap, Noy Ramogat was called for a warning for faking a foul, and that will be an offensive foul on Kenshin Padrones as he ran into Migs Inigas. So ball possession will go back to the UP Fighting Maroons as they are currently down by 19 with a fresh 14 to work with. UP looking to start this half even better. Makulangan back to Pre. Pre against Palacielo. VJ kicks it to Gani Stevens, who loses it. Shot clock does not reset. 4 seconds. Dimakulangan for 3. That's off. Ramogat sticks with it. Ramogat. No action back and forth here as VJ Pre finally calms things down with a 3-pointer. The UP crowd trying to ignite their boys to go on a run here, as that is a mid-range jumper by PJ Palacielo. When NU has needed a basket, they go to PJ. And now it is a showdown between Pre and Palacielo. Payosing will be fouled by Humamoy. Things are getting physical here as we take a look. PJ Palacielo with a pure jumper. UP still with 12 seconds to work with. Still got 5 minutes and 29 seconds in this third. UP down by 18. Payosing back to Pre. Pre. Mid-range is good. Back-to-back baskets for VJ Pre. He looks to keep UP alive in this tournament. And you gets it to Palacielo. Back and forth between these two giants. PJ, mid-range J, no good. And UP gains possession. Dimakulangan. Underneath. Can't get the basket. Stevens is there for the end one. Danny Stevens, right place at the right time as he gets that end one. First, take a look, VJ Pre. That elbow jumper looking perfect. And on the other hand, Danny Stevens getting the end one. Cutting that lead down and quick. Now just a 14-point lead. Danny makes the free throw, now just a 13-point lead for NU. NU looking to answer back. This is a big run here. A momentum swing for the Fighting Maroons. Almost a steal, but NU will regain possession. A fresh 10 for NU to work with. Here's Cartel. Back to Garcia. 9 seconds to work with. Garcia. Floater. That's a stop. Ball will go to UP. This is why they say basketball is a game of runs. And so far, it has been a run for UP. 4 on 5. They get it to Stevens underneath. Danny Stevens. The basket won't count, but that will be a foul on a blue shirt.
Foul number 9, shot penalty. That's his first foul. Substitution.
NU is now in the penalty after that Chad Cartel foul. So Danny Stevens will go to the line for 2 free throws. As the Asana will check out, we're seeing John Curl Figueroa sub in. That is the younger brother of Jake Figueroa. Stevens will make the second free throw. Now just a 12-point lead. And the lead was as big as 20. There's Garcia against Payosing, loses him and gets the end one. Tebol Garcia, the change of pace, making things happen. Tebol misses the end one. That lead is back to 14. They get it across. Who does UP go to now? Ramogat with the fake. Almost stolen there. That will be a foul on James Payosing. Pushing foul. So NU will regain possession. And that's one thing we have come to expect from James Payosing, the hustle. He will go for that ball no matter what. And as a fan of the UP Fighting Maroons, you have got to love what you're seeing so far from that young man. Again, your score is 53-39. We've still got 3 minutes and 50 seconds in this third quarter. Garcia will get it to Figueroa. Back to Laconsay. Laconsay, that pass intercepted by Di Maculangan. Elliott kicks it. Remogat left open for 3. That's a big triple by Noy Remogat His first triple of the ball game cuts this lead to 11. And UP slowly creeping their way back into this ball game. Garcia mid-range J, that's off. And UP with another stop. Here's Ramogat. Steps into an open three-pointer. Couldn't make it. That would have been huge for UP. UP now showing some signs of life. NU will go back to Palacielo. PJ working the post against Stevens. Fade away. In and out. Spayo Singh. Ball will go the other way. So take a look. Great steal here by Elliot Di Macolangan. And the patient offense looking for the best man available. That being Noy Ramogat with the triple. Now we change here. Dwayne Miranda has checked in for NU, and on the other side of things, Jacob Baila for UP. Garcia back to Laconsay. They're looking for Palacielo. Miranda mid-range J is good. That is the answer that NU needed from this run. That lead is back to 13. And no lead is safe, especially from the UP Fighting Maroons. Euro step by VJ Pre. The UP offense is now alive and kicking. Miranda. 12 seconds on the shot clock. They want to get it back to Palacielo. Miranda, open triple. That's short. There's Baila. Di Macolangan back to Stevens for the open lay-in. That lead is now back to single digits. We will be back after this timeout from NU. We are back here in our quarterfinals for the NSAC tournament. So we take a look as VJ Pre taking us all the way to Europe with that Euro step as he brings UP a bit closer, as well as Gani Stevens igniting the charge. Just a 9-point lead from NU. So we have one of our friends from the KBL, from the Seoul Samsung Thunder, in attendance, watching some of the best of college basketball here today. Miranda back to Diasana. Get it back to Humamoy. 10 seconds to work with Humamoy. Laconsay will try it. In and out. UP with a chance to cut this lead down even further. Noruka. They regain the possession. Here's Baila. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mogat and Stevens will play that two-man game. Noy fades away and buries the jumper. Ray Mogat coming alive in this third quarter. He's already up to 7 points. Reinhard Humamoy against Elliot Di Maculangan. That will be a foul on Gani Stevens on the reach. And you could see it right away. As soon as the whistle blew, Gani Stevens knew it. And that's just a mark of these UP players, just so mature. They know when they commit a mistake and they know how to bounce back from it. Now it will be Dennis Lacunsay on the inbound. Mamoy, 10 seconds to work with. Here's Reinhard against two defenders, kicks it off. Padrones back to him, and they'll score. Nothing flashy here for NU, but it's still 2 points nonetheless. Now the lead is back to 9. And the lead was as big as 20 points earlier, before that furious run from UP. 7 seconds remaining. Gani Stevens underneath is denied. Ball will go to NU. As much as it has been Noy Remogat, you have to give credit to Gani Stevens. The well-timed baskets, great screening, and great defense overall, bringing them back into this game. That will be the end of our third quarter. Again, your score is 57-48, and we will be right back for a whole final quarter of some quarterfinals basketball. Welcome back to the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour, when in our quarterfinals match up between UP and NU. NU is currently still up by 9 points in this knockout match as we head into our fourth quarter. BJ Pre and Noy Remogat bringing UP even closer. The lead was almost as big as 20 points. With the help of Gani Stevens as well, UP managed to storm back. Now Reinhard Humamoy was trying his best to keep NU's lead alive. So far, it has been NU's ball game. And one of our friends, also from the KBL, from the Changwon LG Sackers, the scouts here, all the way from Korea. As we have Jai Reyes, our commissioner. Our fourth quarter is about to get on our way. My name is Joshua D, and again, we are glad to have you with us wherever you are watching the NSAC. This is our quarterfinals match between UP and NU, with the winner advancing to the semifinals. Boyos to Noruka with the hook shot, that's short. Francis gets it back. That is going to be a 3-second violation for Francis Noruka. For UP, you already started to see your offense come alive, so now it is about sustaining that momentum. While for NU, it's finding a way to stay steady. You know where the points are going to come from. So now, defensively, you need to hold on if you want to advance to the semifinals. Here's Miranda. Gets it to Laconsay. 10 seconds on the shot clock for NU. Humamoy lobs it up. That will be a foul on a Fighting Maroon. The UP faithful in attendance did not agree with that call. But regardless, that will be a foul on a Fighting Maroon for pushing.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
And you will have 4 seconds remaining to work with. Sorry, 14 rather to work with. A fresh 14 for them. Miranda. Miranda over Noruka. That's short, but Laconsay is there. This time it will be Humamoy who will try to run things for NU. 7 seconds remaining. Padrones back to Miranda. A tough shot. And UP with some great defensive effort. Here comes James Payosing. And UP continue their momentum from the third. Payosing is denied by Diasana. And here come the Bulldogs. Miranda all the way. That's short. But Noruka just couldn't handle it. Ball will remain with the Bulldogs. Now we'll see some of the veterans come in. Tebol Garcia and Paul Francisco looking to get things going once again for NU. Francisco spots up for 3. But Padrones is able to tap that one out. Humamoy will miss a triple. And UP is off and running. Here's Poyos. Kicks it to Pre. VJ against Padrones. Steps back for 3. That's off. And you here with possession. Tebol Garcia once again. That is the 3rd time in his game. He has just lost his defender. The change of pace from Tebol Garcia, so deadly. Lead back to 11 points. Baila back to Pre. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Payosing. That will be a foul on Garcia. We take a look. The rotation just getting lost with the shiftiness of Tebol Garcia. Now Ramogat and Gani Stevens will check back in.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
UP with 14 to work with here. They're down by 11. Here's Ramogat. Mid-range J. Noy Ramogat is good. Noy Ramogat coming alive in this second half. Garcia kicks it to Francisco. Mid-range J. Paul Francisco, that's too strong. UP with another chance at cutting this lead down. Baila against Francisco. Baila spins. Can't get it off the glass. And NU tracks things down. And now PJ Palacielo has checked back into this ball game. The leading scorer of this game. He already has 15 points and looks to add on to that. Garcia against Baila. Get it to Padrones. 10 seconds to work with. Garcia. The floater looked to be good, but he gets his own offensive rebound. Palacielo corner 3. But they get another offensive rebound. Now Palacielo is on Ramogat. They swing it. Open triple. Francisco. And that is a big 3-pointer from Paul Francisco. putting NU back up by 12. Here's Remogat. Noy Remogat. That's an and one. Noy Remogat. Just a spark plug for UP in this second half. He is now up to double digits, 11 points, all in this half alone. As we take a look first, beautiful ball movement leading to the open Paul Francisco triple. And on the other end, Noy Remogat getting the end one. We all know that Noy Remogat is a deadly shooter, but his ability to use the pick from the pick and roll to get himself to his spots is something to behold. As Garcia kicks it to Cartel. Too strong here. Still a 9-point lead by NU. Baila back to Remogat. Noy Remogat against Cartel, steps back for three, that's good. And it is the Noy Remogat show for UP. Ten seconds on the shot clock of NU, just a 6-point ball game. Padrones kicks it, Garcia, an open triple, in and out. And here comes UP. Noy Remogat, two-man game with Stevens. He has Francisco on him, spots up for three, buries the three-pointer. Noy Remogat cuts the lead to 3 points. And we have a ball game here in our quarterfinals. Francisco back to Palacielo for three. PJ Palacielo answers back with a triple. NU back up by 6 points. De Macolangan, they want to get it back to Remogat. D-Mac scoops it to Stevens. That's just short, and NU comes up with the basketball. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remain in this ball game. NU is still up by 6. Palacielo misses the free throw line jumper. That will be a foul on Kenshin Padrones. So take a look at the flurry of moves. Noy Remogat, 6 points straight just from him, all from three-pointers. You know, we may be in Taft, but Noy Remogat is feeling at home. But PJ Palacielo doing what he does best, being the fireman, putting that fire out for UP. Now UP will be calling timeout to talk things over. We'll be right back after this. We are back here in the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour quarterfinals. It is NU versus UP in our first game of today. NU is still currently up 65 to 59, a 6-point lead. But we've still got 4 minutes remaining in our fourth In case you're just tuning in, since the half it has been the Noy Remogat show. In the first half he had 0, but now he is up to 18 points. Well, let's see if Noy can lead UP to the semis, or will NU hold on? Here's Baila, back to Stevens, almost intercepted. 5 seconds remaining, Baila forces it up. That is going to be an offensive foul on Jacob Baila.
Offensive foul.
He ran out of time there. Jacob had no choice but to drive it in.
3 on the Fighting Maroons.
As the 4th foul on Baila. For NU, it looks to be that Paul Francisco is shaken up after that one. Our officials might take a look at this one.
There'll be a review of the last play.
And they will review it for a possible flagrant foul or an unsportsmanlike. Paul Francisco looks to be shaken up after that one. And so far, this game is going to be a close one. A strong second quarter is what brought NU to a big lead as big as 20 points. But since then, the third was 21 to 15 for UP, and now it is 11 to 8 for UP. They're still down by 6 points. For National University, we have to give credit where credit is due. Paul Francisco with 14 points, Reinhard Humaboy with 14 as well, and PJ Palacielo off the bench leading all scorers with 18. After the review, the foul will stay as an offensive foul. Nothing to warrant an unsportsmanlike there. Dennis Laconsay has checked in for Francisco. Humamoy has Baila on him. 13 seconds to work with. Reinhard. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Laconsay is stripped. UP will gain possession. They have a chance to cut this to a single possession. Baila all the way, overcooks it, but Gani Stevens is there. Now just a 4-point lead for NU. UP is knocking on that door. Garcia loses his defender once again. That will count. A goaltending violation. We saw the rim move after that shot by Tebol Garcia. But first, let's take a look. Jacob Baila overcooks the layup, but Gani Stevens, right place at the right time. And on the other hand, Tebol Garcia. It's going to be an interference as Dimokalangan touched the board, causing it to move for that shot attempt. Now Remogat has Laconsay on him. Back to Pre. Mismatch against Garcia. Is stripped. Palacielo brings it down himself, but Laconsay unable to handle that basket. Ball will go back to UP. 2 minutes and 32 seconds remain in this fourth quarter. And this is a knockout game. The winner heads to the semifinals here in the NSAC. Here's Pre. They want to exploit that mismatch, but Pre takes a 3 of his own and will miss. Possession will go back to NU. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Humamoy loses his defender. And that will be a traveling violation for Reinhard. Took a few too many steps here. That will lead us to a timeout. UP will talk things over for this timeout. We'll be right back. We've got 2 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in our knockout quarterfinals game. NU is still up 67-61. 6 points is the advantage so far for National University. UP wants to stage a comeback and a repeat of the UAAP season 88, where they went undefeated against NU and beat them in both round 1 and round 2. Let's see, can UP stage the comeback? They were down by as big as 20 points. And with that announcement, it is officially clutch time. Remogat loses it, gets it to Pre. Baila, 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Jacob loses it. That's stripped by PJ Palacielo. Palacielo on the fast break loses it. There appears to be some commotion here. And things are getting heated. This is a knockout game where the winner will be sent home. Our officials will talk things over to see whether it was a shot clock violation or if Palacielo had established that he clearly had the ball. So officials have deemed that Palacielo had full control of that basketball, and thus that will be a turnover. UP will regain possession. A minute and 42 seconds remain in this ball game. UP down by 6. Remogat against Laconsay. Noy fades away for 3. That's too strong. Briones is there. Pre loses possession. They will stay with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock for UP. They will review it just to make sure. Again, we are under the 2-minute mark. So they can review these possessions. And for UP, you don't need to rush things, but you have to act with a sense of urgency. They're down by 6 with a minute and 25 seconds remaining in this ball game. While for NU, it's time that you show that composure. That is what was lacking from them in the UAAP, but now they need to show that if they want to advance to the semifinals. And this is just our first game of today. We've got a ton of games coming right up. After this, it's UST versus Ateneo, San Beda versus Letran at 2 p.m. and FEU versus DLSU. As we take a look at the replay, see Pre dribbling. That looks to be a clear swipe by Palacielo. So ball possession will stay with UP. They've got 10 seconds to work with. So a lot of time for a quality look at the basket. Remogat will inbound. Remogat gets it to Pre. 8 seconds. Remogat gets it. Remogat fires a triple. Buries the triple. Noy Remogat with a big-time shot from one of the big-time players in the UAAP. And that will force NU to call timeout. Noy Remogat with a buzzer-beating clutch three-pointer, cutting that NU lead to just 3 points. Beating the shot clock as well. Noy Remogat already up to 21 points all in this half alone, doing everything he can to keep UP's semifinals hopes alive here in the NSAC. NU looking to respond. 1 minute and 10 seconds remain. They go to Palacielo. Palacielo against Pre. Loses it. Payosing back to Remogat. Remogat fades away. That's off. And NU will have another shot at it. Humamoy. 45 seconds remain. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Reinhard. He's blitzed. They get it to Diasana. Back to Palacielo for 3. That's off. But that is rebounded by Paul Francisco. 9 seconds remaining for NU in this second attempt. Humamoy is fouled by Stevens. That could be a costly foul by Gani Stevens. And they played spectacular defense there, just couldn't get the rebound, leading to that foul by Gani Stevens. So NU will have another 14 to work with. About a 9-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Body's already hitting the floor. The ball hasn't even been inbounded yet. That's how much a semi-final spot means to both of these teams here in the NSAC. Francisco will be in charge of inbounding duties for what could be the dagger for NU. For UP, you have to play some good defense for them to get a shot at tying this ball game. They get it to Garcia. Back to Francisco. They lose it. Palacielo gets it. PJ, floater. That's way short. Ball will stay with NU. They will ask for a challenge. A lot of commotion from that inbound. A lot of unsafe passes, to be sure. But our officials will take a look at it. Who touched that ball last? Well, PJ Palacielo had a great look. And sometimes when you're left too open, that could be a bit surprising. It happens to the best of us here today. NU is still up by 3. And if successful, they will have 4 seconds left to shoot. But that is because PJ Palacielo's floater did not touch the rim. Now for UP, there's still 12.8 seconds remaining in this ball game. Still a lot of time for a quality look if the possession goes their way. Regardless, we have to give credit where credit is due. UP showing that championship mentality, that championship mindset, never giving up on this ball game. Down by 20. They find themselves just down by 3 here with 12.8 seconds remaining. It appears our officials have made a decision. Possession will stay with NU. As we take a look, Palacielo on the floater, that's way short. And Baila is the one who touched that ball last. Now NU only has 4 seconds on their shot clock to make something happen. Could this be the dagger? Garcia to Palacielo, 2 seconds, baseline J, that's off. And UP has a chance, 6 seconds, down by 3. Baila. And that is it. That is the end of our ball game. UP does not get a shot up, and NU will advance to the semifinals of the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour. And we have to congratulate both of these teams A great effort from the Fighting Maroons, fighting back down 20. But at the end of the day, NU showing their stuff, advancing. Now our Reyes Barbecue rebounder of the game, none other than Mo Diasana, corralling those boards with a purpose. 8 rebounds for him. He is our rebounder of the game. And our player of the game, there were a lot of heroes, PJ Palachelo, Paul Francisco, but for us, it is Reinhard Humamoy. 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. And whenever they needed someone to calm things down and take things under control, it was really Reinhard who was that for the Bulldogs. And that is it for our opening quarterfinals contest, as NU will advance to the semis as they eliminate the UP from the NSAC. Again, the winner of this will face off against the winner of San Beda versus Letran later on. So stay tuned for that one. But for now, this has been Joshua D, and in behalf of all the amazing crew that make this possible, this has been the NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour.